Hello, everyone. Welcome to the C Show, and I'm your host, Mr. C. Living single, good idea or a bad idea? Hitman?
The term I like is living together apart.
Now, what do you mean living together apart?
Well, you're together. You have a committed relationship, but she has her own place and you have
Got
your own
it.
place.
Got it. V?
I like that phrase, living together but apart.
Together apart.
Yes, and being single doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a committed relationship.
Seems like what you're talking about is maybe the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Could that possibly be because you've gone through the marriage thing? You know what it's like to live with another person for, decades. And you've been through that. Now you're on the other side of it. And that doesn't really hold the same fascination. That idea of living with someone doesn't hold that same resonance for you as it did when you were younger. Is that possible, V?
That is very possible. Yes.
Hitman?
Yeah, that's possible. You're going to, at some point in your life, you need each other more than you do when you're young, Might need someone to take out my false teeth at night.
True that, but you need someone when you were young too. Somebody change them diapers.
It's an emotional need when you're young, Well, it's still emotional when you get older too.
Absolutely. Do you have a preference, V?
Well,
What would you prefer right now? To be in a relationship and live in a separate household, or be in a relationship and live in the same household? If you had to choose between the two, ideally, what would you take?
being in a relationship and living in separate household.
Living in separate households.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me, I take it any way I can get it at this point.
I can understand people doing it together too. That sometimes they do it for a financial reason, to save more.
The big financial, especially these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot, Old you hear of older person getting married. Lots of time that's what it is. Financial. More financial. Hey, we can do more together than we can separate.
Well, it does make sense to have two people rowing in the boat rather than one. And that gives all kinds of leeway, all kinds of opportunities by doing things like that. I can dig it.
I think being single,
Right.
living in different households, that can happen too. You can still share.
Well, that's the thing about when you get to a certain age, you may have property and stuff. You don't want to give that up.
Yeah.
You want to hold on to that. And also, you kind of set in your ways.
Yeah,
you may not want to be living or have them living around you.
My husband and I, we were married for 26 or 27 years before he passed. And during that time, I can say we were together in the house. We were very much man and wife. But did we do anything together? Maybe some things. There were times my son never saw his mom and dad riding together. We were in the same house, but
wow. Same household.
Same household.
Got it.
Same household. And later on, after he got a little older, and I'm not sure, but my husband, got sick some. He was able to do for himself. But then we started to do more things together. Okay. You would see us riding together. We didn't drive the separate cars all the time. We fell in love with each other.
Well, that's a gift right there,
Yeah,
to be able to say something like that.
It was.
And then plus you always have somebody to leave your money to. If you die, if your money outlasts you, you always have somebody to leave it to, your spouse or your kids.
Yeah, so he...
well, but you two
yes.
are you,
Yes.
V,
Yes.
and you, Hitman. Y'all are a couple of dinosaurs. You know why I say you're dinosaurs?
No, why?
Because you are. You're dinosaurs because your marriages ended not by divorce. Your marriages ended because your spouses passed on.
That's right.
You didn't. Nobody got divorced here. Where do y'all know what time you're supposed to end a marriage by way of divorce? What's wrong with you? That's how it's done today.
Just like you said.
Okay.
You write it up.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, y'all dinosaurs, man.
And that's true. And I'm happy to be a dinosaur.
I'm happy to know some dinosaurs.
Yes.
It's
Proud to be a dinosaur.
Yeah, I am because it have had some very good experiences.
Right on.
Yes.
Right on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the C Show. Yeah.
Why you going to direct it to me? Because I'm a woman?
I don't know. Yep, that's right.
Reasonable.
I hit it right on the nose.